welcome to another video. Today we're going to be kitting up two diamond paintings here. The first one is this one here, which someone told me looks like a tomato instead of the pumpkins I was talking about. I was like, you know, it might very well be a tomato. I don't know. Yeah, nothing in there is telling me this is... No, it might be a pumpkin with this stem here, but it could also be a tomato. But it looks like a tomato man. But yeah, here is the original image. I called it pumpkin because I have zero naming skills. This is from GBFKE. I did get this as a product review, and on their site it's €4.49 in euros. It's 24.8 by 34.7 centimeters on poured glue with round drills that do have DMCs, and there are 18 colors in all. And this is the one that came with the canvas was sticky at the back, so I ended up putting in baby powder in the back I ended up putting baby powder in the back so that it didn't become sticky anymore. So I decided to start adding another thing is when I kitted something up. So now I guess you can see when I actually kitted this up. So yeah, the second one, I'm probably going to redo my template so that I have that typed up so I don't have to write in there. The second one I'm planning to kit up is this one here. It's these sunflowers. Here's the original image there. Okay. And I called it sunflowers. It's from DIY Choose. I did get this for a product review also. It's a $12.99 on their site. It's slightly smaller than a 40 by 50. It's 38.8 by 48.5 poured glue canvas with square drills, and that they do have DMCs, and there are 35 colors in all. I did end up having to iron this because I didn't let it sit long enough since I just got it, but that's okay. So yeah, let's move this to the side. So then I decided to do these two because I wanted to try the two new storage that I got that I unboxed last week. So these is the 32 Tic Tac containers storage box from Saner Direct, and then these are the 28 containers with the individual pots that I got from Amazon. I did end up putting, I don't know if you could tell, I did end up putting some marker on the edge here because with the individual pots, they were actually very hard. Like when I was putting them like in the right direction, it was kind of difficult to see which direction it was. So yeah, I actually made the effort to put the marker on this. I hadn't done this for a while because I think I just got so used to looking at them, but yeah, I'm going to use that. So for the smaller one with 18, which one is that? This one. Yes, this one. I'm going to use this one here. Let's say. I'm going to move the canvas closer. Man, the legend is like all the way over here on this side, so then I have to look at it. Okay. So, oh, I have a rogue drill. Okay. I have my garbage over here. And let's see. Oh yeah, I did not cut out my labels, so I do scan the legend and make labels from it. I do have a video on how I did that. So if you want to know how I did it, you could go check that out, which I may or may not remember to link to this video. So I'm just going to just cut them out. Hopefully I didn't cut through the backing paper. It's easier to cut them out when you have just that little edge to hold them together. So I'm just cut out that portion, and then I think I'm just going to use regular scissors for the rest because I find that easier than doing the blade. So the one nice thing about making your own labels is you could make them bigger or smaller than as you like it. So okay. I think I might take off my sweater. It was kind of warm this morning, so then I put on a sweater, and then now I'm like, with me recording and then all the lights on, it's just much warmer maybe in this room. So yeah, let me take off my sweater. I probably could have taken off my sweater and you would not have noticed it. Maybe, if I didn't say anything. Okay, so where's number 1? So, testing out these new ones here. Put the label. I'm thinking of, because usually on the ones with the 28 containers with them stuck together, I don't put the label on until I'm putting it in here because, you know, you don't know if you need 2 containers or not. But lots of times I normally, just making sure it closes. Do I have the right thing? Yeah, no, it just looks like it's not pink when I printed it, but no. Okay, the one bad thing is maybe these things don't stay up as much as when they're 4 attached together. But I figure, try these out, see if I like them, see if they're any better or easier than the... Okay, this one is a little loose, so I'm going to kind of... There. One. Okay. So yeah. So from my last week's video where I said I had like 11 kitted up, well, I'm 12 now. Because I didn't finish the one I kitted up yet last week, and I didn't finish anything last week. Apparently my 11 kitted up is not that bad because I'm not the only one who is apparently a serial kitting upper, if that's a word. So yeah, I don't feel so bad about having my tons and tons kitted up. So now I'm just gonna kit up when I want to, or you might not see the finish right away, because I still have a couple that I kitted up earlier in the year. And I mean really early in the year. Okay. This one has a lot. I'm kind of tempted to just get one of my old ones with the 4 connected, because I might do that. Because I don't need them. Now, I'll put the individual pots, because now I'm going to have them separated and it'll be chaotic. You know what, I'm going to just do that one last and then put them all at the end in case I don't have enough pots, which I'm pretty sure I'll have enough pots. But I'll do it at the end because that's going to be my predominant color, so I want it to be like, because when I reach, the ones at the bottom are the ones you reach first. I don't know. Let's see. You know, I forgot to bring my laptop in here so that I have the questions people have asked me. And if you guys have more questions, I would love them, because it does give me topics to talk about in the video. But yeah, from last week's video, apparently I'm not the only serial kitting upper, and I'm not the only one who gets kit up withdrawal. Which is a thing. It's a thing, I tell you. Am I going to be able to fit this all? No. So, another one. And since these are individual pots, I will label this, because I have this weird paranoia that they're going to get separated, and then I'm going to, like, regret not labeling it, so I'm going to label it. Ooh, you know what I'm going to do? Because there's just like a strip of label paper at the top here that will normally just get thrown away, but since it's there, I might as well use it. Man, that looks like some like really ugly writing. Okay. But yeah, no, I'm not the only one who goes through kit up withdrawal. Apparently, there's a lot of us who really like kitting up to have kit up withdrawal. So yeah, what should I talk? I had like, no, I have no idea. Let's see, what should I talk about? Oh, I didn't close that there. So I guess the problem with these, being able to just squeeze them to open them, is they can get open pretty easily. Like if you put them away like this, like if you put them away like this, you could accidentally open it while you're putting it in there. So that might be a problem. I don't know. We'll see. These were cheap enough that I'm not gonna cry, I guess, if they don't work out. Oh, I have a drill up at the top there. These were cheap enough that I'm not going to cry if they don't work out, but I figured try them out since I've never seen them before until I saw them on Amazon. There's like one straggler there, and even though I probably don't need it, I need to get it. And, okay. So, $7.40. Okay, this one looks like it's a lot. So I'm gonna need 2, I bet. Okay. Okay, so I guess having the 4 connected does make it less, like, when you open one, it's not gonna topple over, because then it becomes top heavy. Like, I could totally get another container because I think I'll have enough, because I only have 18 colors and there's 28 pots, so I have several extra. So let's use this bottom extra here, because no label wasted. Man, that's such ugly writing. I'm showing it on camera, my ugly penmanship. But yeah. I think I used up all my good talking material last week. Apparently I'm bad at pouring that one. Okay. So I had like 2 storage videos unboxings last week. I was like, wow, this is new. I don't normally have 2 storage unboxings since I don't normally get that many storage in a row, but I did. I even went and bought. So this is going to be, I'm recording this on Saturday. This is going to be the Friday video, so it's almost a week before this. I'm recording this almost a week before it's going to get posted. So, I did post an extra video last week with the storage, and it's just today for me. So I did end up buying that drawer storage again because when on Saturday someone said that it got posted again on a different listing, and I was like, it did, so I thought I should update my listing, my link in the video, so that if you did want to buy it, even though it had all the issues, you could buy it. And I bought it again because there was a 50% off coupon on it, so my plan is to just return the expensive one and keep the $20 one, even though it has issues, because I feel like it's fixable issues that I could kind of do stuff and fix it. But you know, if at the original price, it was kind of one of those like, there's issues on it, and is it worth keeping this with these issues, even though I thought I could still fix it with using the shorter bottles that I have. which I feel like I get a weird combination of whether I get the shorter bottles or not. I don't, companies are consistent with themselves, but you can't tell if you're buying the bottle system whether you're gonna get the short bottles or the, well, no, some of them have listings of how big the bottles are, and I think the long bottles are like 2 inches, and then the shorter bottles are slightly less than 2 inches. So that might be how you could tell. But yeah, apparently those bottles, there's 2 versions of them. And I noticed that when because I have so much storage, I've noticed that. But yeah, no, I bought more storage, and I also ordered the Art Dot one. I figure, but with me thinking that I'm gonna keep the drawer system, the other drawer system that I showed in last week's Saturday video, because I rebought it for $20. I might not keep the Art Dot one just because it seems excessive to keep that much storage. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So, I don't know when the unboxing of that is, because when I actually ordered the Art Dot one, it said it was not, it was available soon, so it wasn't gonna come, might not come right away, so we'll see. Okay, so now the rest will just be 310 galore. So just keep filling these. I don't think I'll bother labeling them because it'll be obvious that they're 310. Okay. So yeah, one bad thing is these do kind of topple over. But I do like the fact that they're individual, because I have accidentally put the wrong color back in the wrong pot. And then usually the trick for the ones with the 4 is just to leave the door open. Not the door. Is it the door? To leave the lid open to the one you're doing, so that you know to put it back in there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping, yeah, with it being really easy to open these by just squeezing the sides, I'm hoping it won't be that easy to open these things, and then they open while we're not using them. Oh, that's okay. That's why I have the tray underneath, to catch the spills. Okay. So I think I'm going to need 2 more. But yeah, this is why also I kit up 2 at a time, because just doing 1 makes it a very short video. Okay, so let's see, what else? Okay, so thinking about what to talk about. Well, okay, so I've been recently, so during diamond painting, I usually, well, I do lots of things. I watch YouTube videos, I watch streaming, you know, services like Netflix and things like that. And I listen to audiobooks. So yeah, this first one is done. I listen to audiobooks, and so the most recent well, I should just talk about random audiobooks that I could remember, because sometimes I've listened to so many of them, I can't remember what order I listened to them. So I've been listening to audiobooks a long time, because I used to have a really long commute, like at least 30 minutes, depending, you know, I've had more than one job, so I'm gonna put this over here. Okay, so we're on the next one. I'll go back to talking about, okay, so the next one is, I'm gonna use this container here, and let's see. I put the picture to the side here so that I could see the legend with the quantities. The one good thing about these ones with the baggies is they have quantities. And okay, so I'm gonna use this 32 case system. First time I'm using this one since I just got it. But the thing with this is I have 35 colors. So I'm going to replace some of them with the smaller Tic Tac containers. So with 35 colors, I'm going to need 3 more. So if I take out 3 of these and then replace them with 6 of these, I should have 35, right? So 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Yeah, my math is correct. Sometimes I have like this like weird thing where I don't think my math is correct, and yeah, let's just say I have to verify that my math is correct. So yeah, I did scan the legend and make labels from this one too. The labels are much smaller for this one just because there's a lot of more colors, but yet it's still bigger than what's the legend here. So I used to not do this many per label sheet, but with my Tic Tac containers coming in, I figured there'd be times when I use the Tic Tac containers, so I can't make the labels too big. And plus, it's just easier just to do all of the labels in just one row. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to kit up the ones with the biggest quantities and then the ones with the smallest quantities, so that I use the big ones for what needs the big ones, and then the small ones for whichever has not that many. And then the rest, once I do that, the rest will just go into the big containers that are left. So I'll probably not kit this up in order, but I did when I unboxed it, after I unboxed this, and I do inventory when I see. The problem with these ones in the baggies, they're awesome that they're in the baggies, but they're not in order. Not like the ones in the strip packaging. So sometimes I'm like, I'm happy that they're in the baggies, but sometimes I'm like, I have to put these in order because the ones that come in the strips are already like in order. So yeah. So while the baggies are nice, they're also kind of inconvenient in that way. But I'd rather have them in the baggies because I will reuse them. Okay, so I cut out the labels. I'm gonna just look through here and find the ones with the biggest quantity. So hey, the biggest quantity, one of the biggest quantities is number 1, so that makes it easy. It's even in this massive bag here. So yeah, I think I might actually need 2 containers for this one. Nope. Yeah, it's not straight, but my labels are removable, and like usually once I put it in, it's not that easily, it's not as sticky the second time. So I'm already thinking I need 2. So this one says there's 6,720 pieces in here. That's, you know, probably a good estimate because I don't know how these things get filled. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna need 3 bottles for this, and this one is crazy full. So I'm gonna get my 3rd bottle. Okay, so I'm gonna have to add more small bottles, just because I have tons of this first one here. So if the number on here is correct, and I have 3 relatively full bottles, then I'm assuming each of these could hold like maybe 2,200 drills or 2,300 drills. Man, this one is full. I don't think I'm going to be able to put the lid back on. Okay, so this one is pretty full also. Okay, and then this one is not as full, so let's put the rest in this one. There's some blue stragglers. I'll keep that bag for another use. Okay, so I need some labels. Let's just use the leftover pieces here. I have more labels, it's just, I don't know why. 307. Okay, so since I used 2 extras, I'm gonna have to replace 2 of the big ones with 4 of the small ones. So let's hope it works out. Okay. So the one bad thing about this container here, it does hold the 32 of these in there, but it's a very tight fit, like super tight fit. So okay, so then another one with a lot is the second one, which is the 310. I'm just doing the ones with like over 2,000 because I figure they're gonna need the big ones, and if any of them need extra, I'm gonna have to switch some to be the smaller container. So yeah, I'm thinking this will need 2 also, but we'll see. Just because it says 4213, so we said that these ones hold about like a little bit over 2,000 each. So I'm going for, it's gonna need 2. Okay. Okay. I don't want to do 3 because I feel like I could fit this into 2. So what was I talking about before my... Okay, so I was talking about audiobooks, and that I used to, well, I still do. I listen to a lot of audiobooks while diamond painting, so, and then I used to listen to a lot of audiobooks when I used to listen to a lot of audiobooks also. Let's see. This one is not completely used up, so 310. So now I'm gonna have to take out another one and replace it with 2 of the smaller ones. I do have actually another Saner Direct storage with me here that I have the smaller Tic Tac containers in there. So let's see. So number 22 has over 2,000. So let's see. I have this in order, so it shouldn't be that hard for me to find. I should just find the most stuffed ones. Okay, so this one says 29830, so let's see, 890 is this one. So yeah, I used to listen to a lot of audiobooks, and I still do. Okay, so the last thing I listened to was Ready Player 2, which is the sequel to Ready Player 1, which is kind of a science fiction, I guess. I could fit the second one in just a small Tic Tac container, so I could do that. Okay, I got distracted by... Well, this fit here. I do have smaller labels that I could use. Okay, so these are the only labels that I actually have bought. I bought it like really early on because I thought I'm gonna need labels, but I found that these are just too small. They're like really small. Like look at how small that is compared to this here. So, but then now I've found a second use for it, which is these Tic Tac containers, because they do fit like that there. So okay, so since I'm gonna need to do more small Tic Tac containers. And I ran out of Tic Tac containers in the container I was taking from, so small ones. So let's see. I'm gonna get more because I apparently have all that much. Okay. And then, do do I have any more that are over 2,000? Okay, and I have one last one that is over 2,000. Everything else is not as much. So this one is number 34, 3852. But yeah, no, the last book I was listening to was Ready Player 2, which is the sequel to Ready Player 1. And it's kind of a sci-fi. That still seems like a lot, so I think I need the big one. I'll sort these out later in the end of the video, maybe, so that it'll fit nicely. Yeah. But yeah. What I was saying, and it was entertaining. I don't want to spoil anything. I think it recently came out, the Ready Player 2, so I don't want to spoil anything, but it was entertaining. Not as entertaining as the first one. I could use the big label for this. Ready Player 1, but it was entertaining enough for me to continue listening to it. And I thought the narrator of it was actually really good at the narrating part. So I'm gonna remove this one first, just because it just doesn't have any space to go. Okay, and then I'll fix it afterwards. Wait, I should take one out. I'll just put that in the end here, and I'll fix it later. Okay. So hopefully I have figured out my tic-tac-potato situation. Okay, so everything else does not have more than 1,000. So, I mean more than 2,000. So I think they'll all fit into here. So now I'm just gonna get the Tic Tac containers and just do the ones that have a little bit and go from there. So 371 has not that much. But yeah. What was I saying? Okay, I was listening to Ready Player 2, which is, I think, pretty entertaining if you're into the kind of more science-y, it's not really, I don't know. I guess it's considered science fiction, right? You know, a lot of these first ones are really small amounts, so instead of me like hunting for all the really small amounts, I'll just do the first ones just to... Okay. I'll just do the first ones so that I don't have to hunt for them. And then I'll put these in order of symbols, probably. But yeah, listen to Ready Player 2. I had listened to Ready Player 1 a while back. I haven't seen the movie. Does anyone know if the Ready Player 1 movie is good? Let me know. And then before that, or at some time, I had listened to, I don't even know what order I'm listening to these things to, because I listened to a lot of, more just light-hearted things. I don't tend to listen to the ones where, ooh, someone got murdered and let's figure something out. They can be entertaining. I just like to listen to the more light-hearted stuff or fantasy or things like that. So, oh yeah, I had a label on this one. Yeah, I listen to more light-hearted stuff and fantasy, things like that. Young adult ones are kind of entertaining too. But yeah, right before that, it's not very lighthearted, but I also had recently listened to the third book of the books that the You series from Netflix is based on. Because if you don't know, the You series on Netflix is based on a book. I had listened to... After I saw the first season of You, I did go and listen to book 1 and 2 of the You series. Let's say, book 1 was very, very true to the books. I mean, the season 1 of You on Netflix was very, very, true to the books. Season 2, not as much. They did deviate a lot more on season 2. And so the third book of the You series just came out also. And so I think the third season of You is going to deviate a lot from the third book, because I think it was not published until after they started filming the series. And so yeah, I don't think the third book is going to be much like third season of You, based off of just, you know, what I've seen about it. So yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so... But, okay, so one thing I was pleasantly surprised in is that I'm gonna try not to spoil it too much, but the third book of the You series takes place in Washington State. It actually takes place on Bainbridge Island in Washington State. And I was like, hey, I know where that is. That's not far from where I live. So then, it was entertaining. Like I said, I'm trying not to have any spoilers. It was entertaining, but the one thing that made me mention this book is because in the book, the main character said he moved to Bainbridge Island because he had read the books by Debbie Maycomber, which is like, who's a romance novel person. There's like something stuck in there. Who's like a romance novel, or maybe looks like there's a scratch on there. Who's like a romance novel person. So he said he moved to Bainbridge because apparently it was supposed to represent Cedar Cove in like the series Cedar Cove by Debbie Maycomber. And I was like, hey, that's nice. I should go read the Cedar Cove series by Debbie Maycomber if it does take place on Bainbridge Island or something, or it's based off Bainbridge Island. So then I could not find... Okay, so I'm too cheap apparently to buy books, so I always get my books from okay, so these ones have a lot more, but I think they can still fit. So I'm just gonna keep putting them into these ones until they don't fit, and then the rest will just go into the small ones. I mean, to the big ones, even if there's not that many. But what was I saying? Okay, so then he said he moved to Bainbridge Island based off of Debbie Maycomber's books, that the Cedar Cove series, which apparently supposedly is Bainbridge Island. So then I was like, hey, I should go look up the Cedar Cove series. I think I would enjoy it. And well, when I actually like... Okay, I don't think these are gonna fit. There's way too much. Oh man, I already labeled it. And when you label it, my removable labels are nice because they're removable, but they're not that restickable, so these might not stick that well. But yeah, so I could not find the Cedar Cove series available as a digital audiobook in my library thing. So then I was like, oh man, I can't listen to it. So then I listened to other Debbie Maycomber ones, and apparently she lives where I live. So then I go look up the Cedar Cove thing, and it's not based off of Bainbridge Island, it's based off of where Debbie Maycomber lives. Except, you know, I apparently live there too. And I was able to finally find one that was available as an audiobook in my library, or at least, you know, a digital one, because I don't go to the library, I just download it from my phone using a library app. But yeah, no, Cedar Cove is not based off of Bainbridge, it's based off of a fictional place where pretty much it's like where I live, except if there was like half the amount of people. There's way more people than the books implied. And I was like, and then Debbie Maycomber starts, she has a part in the audiobook where she's like, I love to hear from my readers, so if you want to send me any messages, you could send it to me, and then she puts a whole bunch of her like social media, and then like the last one is like, or you can send it to me by mail at PO Box blah 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 blah, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's like, if I were to get a PO Box, which someone suggested I should, because I apparently might have fans that want to send me stuff, and I'm like, that's weird, but but if I were to get a PO Box, I would get it in the same exact place. So I was like, okay, apparently this pretty prolific author lives where I live. So, I don't know, I just thought that was interesting. So then I started binge listening to every single one of the books that she had, audiobooks that were available to me. And I think I binge listened to like pretty much every single one of them, you know. So, yeah. I like to call her type of romance novels are more light-hearted romance. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. I apparently need some more small containers. Okay. Are any of these smaller amounts? So 30, 41, and 375,996. Here. And then, well, they're all small enough, but this one. Okay. So yeah, Debbie Baker Cumber lives somewhere near me. So apparently I'm not in the middle of nowhere, which I always think I've been kind of in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, no, I've pretty much been binge listening to a whole bunch of her novels, and she has tons of novels. And they're what I would like to call like lighthearted, like Hallmark Channel kind of romance novels. So they've been entertaining, and a lot of them do take place in Washington State or like Oregon, I guess. I noticed that when I moved to Washington State is that I guess maybe because Washington State is not as big as California, but they do kind of have some sort of camaraderie-ness with like Oregon. So calling them, you know, the Pacific Northwest. I think is Idaho part of the Pacific Northwest. But yeah, no, there's some sort of like camaraderie-ness with the state of Oregon too. So, but yeah, since I'm a transplant into Washington, although I've been here since 2015, so I've been here a while. I didn't know a lot of things. Like since, you know, a lot of U.S. education system, you learn about the current state you're in, so I didn't know what the state flower was until someone in my work was like, yeah, no, that's the state flower. I was like, oh, that's nice. So yeah, I was listening to pretty much every single Debbie May Cumber book I could listen to. And the audiobooks are really nice to listen to while diamond painting, because it's not as distracting as if you were watching something on TV. Okay, so what other audiobooks have I listened to recently? I don't know. I've listened to a lot. And a lot of them are just kind of, you know, trashy romance or something, or, you know, just some sort of lighthearted. I think it's because I've been spending all my time listening to the Debbie May Cumber books that I can't remember what other ones I was listening to. Well, let's see. I guess I could talk TV now or something. Okay, so yesterday I went, and I don't know if I recommend the movie. If you're a fan of the movie, I guess that's your opinion and I have my opinion. But I watched Logan, which just happened to pop up, you know, as one of those things on Hulu. I was like, hey, I haven't seen that movie. But yeah, I didn't enjoy it. It was just too much like gratuitous violence with not enough plot. But it was actually good to diamond paint too, because you didn't have to pay attention, because it's just like violence, violence, violence. Tiny bit of plot, violence, violence, violence. Like, you didn't have to watch. So yeah, no, I didn't really enjoy it, but I did watch to the end. But you know, it's like, okay, so let's see. So I'm trying, like, when I was younger, I got really, really into this. I think the show was on before I was in high school. I really got into watching Lois and Clark, which is like this drama that had to do with like Lois Lane and Clark Kent, and it was called Lois and Clark, but it was more about Lois and Clark and less about Superman. So then I got really into that. So then before that, I didn't really watch the superhero stuff. I just kind of watched it sometimes. But yeah, I got really into that. So then after that, I ended up watching like the Superman stuff, and then I got into like the Justice League stuff. I watched Smallville, which was another drama on TV. And then so then like the current version of the DC comic movies, I don't like them at all. It's like, who decided to make, like, okay, so I think it's probably because I was pretty much just watching Lois and Clark and, like, you know, like the lighthearted stuff. Well, I don't know about lighthearted. But like the latest Superman, Cavill or something, Cavill, him, like the first Superman, after that movie, I was so disappointed that I kind of didn't even want to watch more. Because, okay, it was just like too much like action, not enough, too much action, not enough, what do you call it, not enough plot. And then there was a portion, maybe I'm misremembering it because I only watched it once a long time ago, but there was a portion where like Clark was trying to hide his secret identity, so he let someone die because he was trying to protect his identity, and I was just like, what? That just seems so counter, like, the Superman persona. And then the way that movie ended was horrible. I was like, eh. And then the Superman Batman movie, with the one with Ben Affleck as Batman, oh my god, that was so horrible of a movie. I was just like the part at the end where they were just like, Martha, I was like, oh my god, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. If you haven't seen it, I'm trying not to spoil anything, but it was just so dumb. I was just like, it just made me dislike like the direction that DC was going. I was like, DC, didn't you learn from Marvel? You need to go lighthearted, not more gritty. It doesn't. But yeah, no, that was just so horrible. I mean, I did enjoy the Aquaman movie, and the first Wonder Woman movie. I haven't seen the second one, so that's why I'm just saying the first one. So those were entertaining. Justice League, I don't even remember. I watched it, but I don't remember if I enjoyed it or not, so I'm going for I didn't. So yeah. Okay, so I'm done with that and me griping about how bad the DC movies have been, or how bad Logan... Okay, so this one is not closing. Has anyone ever encountered that where the Tic Tac container hasn't closed? And how do you fix that? Let's see. It's mainly because the tab here doesn't look that great over there. Maybe if I push this in. No. I don't know. I don't know about this one. It's because there's no... The extra plastic here is like it's pretty non-existent. So, and that's why it's not snapping well. But I guess as long as I don't push this upside down, it should be fine. But yeah, there it is, all kitted up by 2 diamond paintings. So yeah, that's all for today. In case you don't remember doing this one and this one, I will probably do these soon. These are going to be fall projects, and I like doing the fall diamond paintings. So you're probably just going to see a bunch of fall diamond paintings in the near future. So all right, so that's all for today. So thank you for watching and happy diamond painting. Bye!